Hey everyone, I'm Nitro-Fueled here, and today we're going to continue on with my Crash Team Racing Nitro-Fueled Adventure Mode on Classic for PlayStation 4. Now, we're here to get the CTR tokens in because I need a more official title, The Lost Ruins. I don't know, I think Papu Warp Room worked better for me, but I guess we could stick with the official title, Lost Ruins. But yeah, I'm sorry I kind of jumped a bit too early in this. I was a little excited, admittedly speaking. But yeah, get this. You can actually chill out a little bit in here. But yeah, enough of that. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. I have not much else to say on this intro. Let's get Warps. Ah man. This week has been a crazy one. And for me, I'm mostly talking about the fact that we're getting to see some, or at least we're finally seeing something called Wumpa Games. Wumpa Games? For On the Run. I'm not sure if it's actually like a community random event or like an official event of any kind, because like, I don't know, the way it was introduced seems kind of weird. Now, I don't think this is what Wumpa League is hinting at or anything like that. In fact, I don't even know why this is even something I'm bringing up, because I don't know, it just seems a bit too far-fetched. Like, come on. I know there's similarities on it, but like, they could call it Wumpa anything and it'd probably be getting like a good similarities to them, because it's Crash. Like, Wumpa, whatever you want to say, is usually incorporated into this stuff. Has been incorporated since before even the Renaissance Crash era. So I don't think it's anything related to Wumpa League. If it is, it is what it is. But if it's not, then then we can only hope and continue to speculate, assuming it even still exists. But other than that, I've been messing around with some Persona 3 on top of what I'm already doing with Persona 5 Strikers. So it's actually kind of nice to watch the movies again, and then like finally play the game again too, because like it has been quite some time. I think maybe like 1 or 2 years since I played it. I think it was 1 or 2 years, yeah, because like, it was definitely before the pandemic hit. But yeah, like that was pretty much a good chunk of what I've been doing this week. And guess what? There's still so much more of the week left. It's only Wednesday, guys. Come on. Oh my goodness. And then I kind of forgot to mention something about Papu's Pyramid, actually. You see that cloud in that area over there? I'll show you a picture of what the reveal trailer showed for us when they first showed off Papu's Pyramid, because it's mostly what we have now, except for one, I'd say, pretty noticeable detail. I didn't mention it last time because I was just too awestruck by the fact that I'm finally playing a Papu's Pyramid again after never getting this match online. I don't know, I just couldn't get a match. I could not get a match on Papu's Pyramid online just yesterday. I tried everything in my power to get that sucker, but no one wanted to play it. So what could I do? But anyway, after that though, you see this section here where you make this big jump? Originally, as I recall from the image I'm about to pull off, that there was actually supposed to be like different temples and stuff like that showing in the background too. At first, I thought it was going to be like an extended version. We were going to get like an extended version of Papu's Pyramid. Kind of like what Freeriders did with their courses, where basically... Oh man, I really need to get that T2. Anyway, basically what Freeriders did with Metal City and pretty much all their courses, where they made pretty much the same thing for the most part, but then added some more stuff to it, and essentially be like its own version of the stage, which I thought was really cool. Because like you get the short standard version that most people will be familiar with, especially in the case of Metal City, and then you have the longer version where it gets really crazy with all this new stuff that Freeriders adds to the game. Alright, I gotta get this. Okay. And it's just like, that's what it looked like. But instead, they just put a big old cloud and some mountains in the back. I guess it was a limitations thing when they actually got to do this with the, I'm not gonna say the Switch version, but like base consoles of PS4, Xbox One, and then eventually the Switch version. But I guess they just had just PS4 and Xbox One in mind. Yo, what? Okay, so there's another game I've been playing for quite some time now. And no, it's not Monster Hunter, but it's a game that my friend, I will say it as lightly as possible, recommended me to play. And it's actually a pretty cool game, you know, like it's different than what I expected. I'm playing horribly right now. It's a lot different than what I was expecting, and it was actually pretty fun. And what I'm looking at right now while I'm playing this, it's kind of why I'm driving so horribly. Or at least that's what I'm gonna tell y'all. Anyway, this update actually is kind of sick. Like, bruh, they're actually adding more stuff to this stuff. I didn't think they'd give this game an update of all things. If I'm gonna be completely honest. Like, oh, and in case you're wondering what the game is, it's Mad Rat Dead, and I gotta say, the game definitely hits in the music department. Like, okay, it's a rhythm game. If the music don't hit in the rhythm game, I don't know what. And in fact, that's something I want to talk about too. I wanted to talk about this in the last part, but I ran out of time, and I didn't want to stretch out the video any more than that. Was there ever a game where the music was mid? Like, I'm really trying to think. Is there ever a rhythm game out there in the world where the music was actually pretty mid? And I'm not talking about in terms of personal taste. I mean like actually so average that it genuinely impacted your performance on the game. I never heard of anything like that. Like, I'm trying to think of a single rhythm game, single rhythm action game, single rhythm platformer game, anything, any type of rhythm whatsoever. And no, I'm not counting like music mods or anything, because that's just not fair. Like, I can't think of anything. I can't think of a single rhythm game off the top of my head. Like, there isn't that many, but I can't think of any that off the top of my head where I'm like, wow, this actually is so boring, I don't want to play it. Not one. Not one. Okay, so the update itself, like I haven't even mentioned it, the update itself is pretty decently sized. You get 6 more songs. They get rid of the time mechanic in the game. Like, if I ever talk about the game, like if I ever like play it on this channel, you'll have a better understanding of what I'm talking about here. And honestly, after Patapon, I might just jump onto that. But my thing is, there's also something with the result, with like, not results, the score. I'm not sure if they're adding like an extra factor into it or not. I'm not sure, but it looks pretty decently sized. Like, for what the game offers, it's pretty decently sized. Like, it seems like a pretty cool update. But wait until I get my hands on that music, bro. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm talking about a whole other game, not even this, but like, I can't blame. Can you blame me though? It's like, I've been on a gaming spree these last few weeks. Spree. Oh frick. Oh frick. You know what? I might as well get it. On a spree right now. And honestly, I feel like at the pace I'm going at, I might be right back on track. Okay, we got one more lap. I was about to say no, but like, I might be on track of being able to get to freaking Watch Starter Stories 2 by the time we get started on the Mind Over Mutant playthrough. But that's only if I keep this pace up. Alright, I only got one more chance. If I mess this up, I have to start this whole race over. Come on, Coco. Yes. But yeah, that's pretty nice. That's actually a pretty nice update. But it's also a reminder that I need to stop going on Twitter. You want to know something, guys? This course, when I played this course in OG, not just for Crystal Challenge, but for like actual multiplayer, believe it or not, I was kind of nice. Now, I'm not saying I'm like nice on battle mode or anything like that, especially not now. But back then, when we had battle mode for this, it was actually kind of cool that we were able to just play on a course like this. Because at first I thought this would be like a racing course. Because like, look at how huge this sucker is. Even on OG, this sucker was pretty like ginormous. But then you have me playing Nitro Kart, and then on top of the fact that there were way more modes to play, it was also the fact that at one point it looked like I was actually able to play with 8 players. I was like, how is that possible? Does the PS2 have some kind of feature where it allows me to play with other people around the world? Keep in mind that I didn't know much about the internet back then, so like I didn't know online multiplayer was even much of a thing. Lo and behold, but now I can't. Where's the other one? But now I'm out here just living for this feature, living for the feature online multiplayer. Like, it's just so cool to be able to actually do something like that now when you really think about it. But no, in Nitro Kart, all it was just a multi-tap feature that I don't think was ever actually incorporated. Like, I could be wrong. Like, it was incorporated if you wanted to play 4 players, but that's about it. But other than that, when I played this on OG, it was actually a pretty nice moment, because all it was really just us messing about with how the game was like, and just like firing missiles and bombs at each other, and even putting out some traps where we would try to hide in the corners, kind of like camping before we even knew what camping really was. But all I can say was I had a nice fake crash in battle mode. I might have a nice fake crash in this one too, but I need to play more online battle mode to find out. Okay, I believe that's all the coins now. Yeah, we're done here. So, with this, Artosis voice signing out, and you guys for watching, and in the next part, we'll be taking on the relics of the Lost Ruins. Of course, the relics I might need a little bit more practice on this, because there are like some sharp turns, and I'll admit I was doing kind of like not okay, it's like below average on this one. I think I will still be able to get platinum relics on all these, no problem. But with that being said, stay safe, stay healthy, stay insane, but most especially, stay warped. We're gonna do it right this time. Stay warped!